So there's a new Tesco in Harrogate, and I've come to have a look at whether you could cycle to it, what the cycle facilities are like. So as we come up towards the Tesco, there's quite a wide shared use path here, and as it's not busy with pedestrians, it's an acceptable piece of cycle infrastructure towards Tesco. At the top here there's a sort of zebra crossing that leads you to the cycle parking in Tesco, which is covered under a roof. So that's okay. Now I'm heading back down the shared use path, and my idea is I'm going to see how far the cycle facilities go either side of Tesco. So whether it's a realistic option for people to cycle to the supermarket from the nearby housing to do their shopping. So we come back to the roundabout that's on the main road, the A59 Skipton Road. I'm going to turn right. It's an uncontrolled crossing, priority to motor vehicles. I'll have a look how far the cycle facilities extend to the right, and unfortunately the answer is they not at all. This is pedestrians only. There's a pedestrian footbridge, so no cycle facilities that side. So I'm back over the uncontrolled crossing at the roundabout once all the motorists have gone past. And I am on a shared use route this side of the roundabout. Come to a minor side road, but unfortunately it's priority to turning vehicles, so you have to give way here. And the National Cycle Infrastructure Design Guidance tells councils not to do that there should be continuity over side roads for cyclists and for pedestrians. The other aspect of this route is its shared use, and again this is far from ideal. The National Cycle Infrastructure Design Guidance tells councils not to use shared use in urban areas, that pedestrians and cyclists should be physically separated, but the council, North Yorkshire Council, hasn't done that. So we've only got shared use, we've got some pavement parking already. How far does the cycle facility go? Unfortunately there's North Yorkshire's favourite sign, end of route. So that's all they've done. But in fact, I can continue on a parallel residential road called Benningborough Drive. It's parallel to the A59 Skipton Road. So this would be an acceptable sector of a future cycle route, joining up housing to the supermarket. It's not only Tesco. Across the road from there is Oakbeck Park, which has an Aldi. So we'll just speed along to the end of Benningborough Drive. And when I get to the end here, I really am stuffed. The only option is the A59 Skipton Road, which is one of Harrogate's busiest roads. And I think very few people will be prepared to cycle on this main road. Now after that section we're back onto shared use, with white line segregation, which is an old-fashioned design and not very good, but at least I'm allowed to be here. And now I'm coming to a toucan crossing, which is going to take me across to a vast area of new housing development with hundreds of houses. So for the people who live in these new houses, they're moving in. If they were linked up by cycle facilities, preferably good quality cycle facilities, to Tesco and to Oakbeck Park and the Aldi, then they would have a choice about whether to cycle or whether to walk or drive. But they haven't got a choice, because all we've got is a hostile main road which severs the housing development and the nearest local shops. This is a shared use path. I'd rather it was a separate cycle track and footway. And again, we've got uncontrolled crossing, priority to motor vehicles. I'd rather it was a priority crossing. Yeah. But the shared use path is not busy at the moment, so it's acceptable. But my idea here is to go all the way to the end of the housing development and see where the shared use path leads. Unfortunately, the answer is nowhere. It's just a dead end, doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to turn around and go back down and see if the path leads anywhere at the other end. Speeded this up. So we're back past all this new housing development again. But when we get to the other end of the path, we'll find that it doesn't go anywhere. It just finishes and chucks you out back on the A59. So unfortunately there's two problems with what North Yorkshire have done here. They've built bits of shared use to the lowest possible standards, but worse than that, they've built some shared use paths that don't go anywhere.